I'm so glad you could join me today. I'm here to talk about another interesting criminal law concept, and that's defending a possession for the purpose of narcotic trafficking charge. So what is possession for the purpose? Well, that's where you have, say, a large amount of drugs in your possession with some indicators that you're trafficking, like, for example, a scale, money, things like this, a debt list. That might be a guilty person, by the way, if all of those things in one place. But there's many cases where those things don't necessarily all exist, and you may be able to defend it. So let me go through how to defend these things. So there's various ways to defend it. Well, first of all, you might be able to establish that you weren't in fact in possession or care or control of it. That depends on facts. Like if it's found in a home, there might be multiple people in the home, as an example, and one person had possession, but not you, but you all wind up getting charged. So you're establishing that you didn't have care or control, that is possession of the drug. So that's one obvious defense. There's technical defenses as well, because the police have to, establish that it's a drug, send it away for lab testing, continuity of the drug coming back. So those are all technical issues which sometimes fall apart on the police at the trial. And then of course there's, the person might actually admit, look, I was in possession of this, but I'm not a drug trafficker. I didn't have it for the purpose of trafficking to other people. And let's look at an example of those cases. So let's say you have a fairly high quantity of marijuana, and you have, I don't know, there's no money there, there's no scale indicating you're weighing it out to go others, there's no debt list. And you establish that you're a high marijuana user, example, or high cocaine. You've got a few ounces of cocaine. Well, that by itself doesn't necessarily establish that you're a trafficker. So you have to weigh each individual case. And I gave you an example earlier where it's pretty obvious the person's guilty if there's no other defenses, if they're in possession and they've got a scale there and there's a kilogram of cocaine and a debt list and $10,000. Well, we pretty much know they're probably going to plead guilty and get a deal. But every case is different, and we've won many of these cases where there were some indicia, but the accused was able to establish that they're personally a fairly heavy drug user, and they kept large quantities of a drug, and there's no other great indicators. As well, there's also search and seizure issues. So for example, the police could be executing a search warrant at your house. We can potentially challenge the warrant that their informant wasn't good, that the affidavit in support of the search warrant wasn't good, and they really didn't have reasonable probable grounds to enter your home under Section 8 of the Charter of Canadian Rights and Freedoms, and then we can exclude the drug from the trial, so there's no evidence left at the trial. So that's a very important defense as well. So those are the ways we defend these things. I mean, many cases we get the person is guilty, and it's all about, and there's no other defenses, and it's all about negotiating the shortest possible jail term, or sometimes it's at very low level. We can even avoid real jail, for example, get house arrest and that sort of thing. But in other cases, of course, it's very defendable. There's no question about that. And it's great chatting with you today about this, and that's a little bit of a primer on defending a possession for the purpose of trafficking case. Thank you for watching our video. We are absolutely committed to bringing you the best possible criminal and DUI educational videos. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you've been charged with a criminal offense in Ontario and require our services, please click on the link in the description below.